Guys, so the other day I did get a new windshield here. I'm about to actually just take off the tape. Brand new windshield, because the other one, if you guys remember, had a crack and it was broken where the rear view mirror gets on there. It did take a couple of days for them to locate one or to get one in, because Preludes aren't all too popular. Other thing I asked them to do is to put a different trim on the windshield. This is a 92, and as you can expect, a lot of the trim is very crusty, just like this window trim. There was really no chance of me reusing the window trim. It was pretty shrunk, shriveled up. This is the trim that they put on. I don't know if you guys could really see it, but it actually looks pretty good. Aftermarket trimming. There we are without the tape, and the trim to me looks very nice. You know, it doesn't look like it has been changed. It flows with the car. It does have like a channel for all the water to kind of travel through. So the wiper cowl is completely off. Definitely need to clean all this stuff up. Got some leaves in here, got some dirt. Just over the years, you know, just a lot of trash. And as well, the wiper, the arms, for some reason, you know, some people with wipers aren't working correctly, or they're just all over the place. Definitely want to check out these joints right here. You can buy these at the auto parts store as far as fixing the joints, because it's just like a plastic cap. Right here you do have the fresh air vent. That's usually where it would come in. Going to be changing out all of this foam here. Just freshen up all the parts and just make sure you're not going to have any issues here in the future. The wiper cowl we have here, of course, I'm going to try to save the hood hinge covers, the little rubber covers, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that because, you know, they're pretty old. The wiper cowl does have a break right here. I should be able to fix it with some plastic welding. Just sand it on down, paint it with some SAM trim paint. You do have the trim that sits up here and seals the windshield and the wiper cowl. Gonna have to be getting rid of this because this is obviously just crusty, old, nasty. Gonna be getting rid of that. Gonna be trashing the wipers, of course. They're just falling apart. You know, this one's just ripping. But I am going to be painting the wiper arms and just try to clean up this seal right here that would usually sit right there on the wiper cowl. So going to be working on these parts firstly, and then work on the car secondly once I have these parts ready to go. First thing I'm going to be working on is this broken little corner. I'm going to fix it using a soldering iron. It's heating up right now. I do have some ABS plastic. This is an aftermarket EG handle. This is ABS plastic, so if I do need filler material, I'll just go ahead and fill it in using this. So I'm going to go ahead and get at it. Okay, so now the corner is pretty welded up. I don't know how well you guys could see that, but so now I need to sand it down, try to get it smooth with the wiper cowl so it won't really be seen that it was fixed here. I mean, it's just a small little strip. Most people probably will never even notice, especially after we paint it. Just gotta try to get it on down and just looking its best. I did take off the covers for the hinges. They're kind of like glued on there. I kind of ripped them in a way, but they're still in one piece. I did have to go with the razor blade all over the edges because that's where like the glue is at. There's like some glue on there, kind of hard to get out. And then with the razor blade, I kind of had to get under it and just kind of pick it out. They are here. I might put them back on, I might not. I'm gonna take a look at them a little bit further. Been sanded pretty smooth here. That was with 220 grit. Now I do have a little bit of water, soap, some dish soap, and some 600 grit. I'm just gonna wet sand it and just try to get it as smooth as possible so you won't see the scratch marks whenever it is painted. So let me go ahead and just do it real quick. wiper cowl is now fully washed. It's pretty clean. It does have some fading on there for over the years. I am going to be painting this with some SEM trim paint, but before I paint it, of course, I need to prep the surface. So what I'm going to use is a maroon Scotch-Brite here. Sand it all up, get all the little corners and all the little crevices, and make sure this is all good to go for the paint. After we scuff it up, then just going to put about 3 to 4 coats of paint on it. It's been roughened up with the maroon Scotch-Brite and as well wiped it down with some alcohol using about 3 towels. And so now I'm going to be using the SEM trim black paint. This is what I used on the Prelude, on the 5th gen Prelude, if you guys saw that video. And I really like this stuff. Let's go ahead and get at it. I'm going to put about 3 to 4 coats. So here's the parts right here. I actually ran out of paint, so I did have to order it. I did clean up the rubber covers for the hinges here. They still look like they're going to be pretty usable. I cleaned up very well. Another thing I did take off is over the wipers, over like the section where the wipers will go on, there's this plastic piece that is always there. I had forgot about them. I try to see if I had enough paint to try to cover them, but no, that's when I started running out of paint. I would like to do one more coat of paint on the wiper cowl before installing it, but like I said, it is going to take a couple of days to get that in the mail. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start working on these wiper arms. I need to sand these down. I'm going to sand them down with some 220 grit. Just try to get all the crevices and what have you, and then I'm going to be painting them. Try to again put about 3 to 4 coats on them. Of course, just let them dry about a good 48 hours or so. Paint I'm going to be using for the wiper arms is a PJ1 Fast Black. It says right here, porcelain hard epoxy paint, gloss black. This is what I used on the 5th gen Prelude, and so far I'm liking this stuff. This is going to be a lot better than just your regular gloss black spray paint from like Krylon and what have you. So I would recommend to try out PJ1. If you guys know another product, drop it down below and I'll go ahead and check it out. But right now I'm going to put about 4 coats on the wiper arms. Okay guys, I did receive the other paint of black in the mail. It actually came really quick. Now I did also get the nuts for the wiper arms and was able to paint that with the PJ1 Fast Black. And now for the wiper arms, I just flipped them around on the rods that they were on, and then I bent them as you would if you were washing the car, just so you could get the extra little crevices to paint. And then I did hit it with about 2 coats in these crevices, but just kind of did a quick respray of the whole wiper arm, just because I don't want to be there little spots here and there on where you could tell it was spray painted or sprayed before. I did put about another 2 coats of the SEM trim black paint, and it came out amazing, guys. I mean, if you saw my other video with the 5th gen Prelude, it looks exactly like stock. It looks brand new. Then the caps for the wiper, where the wiper arm would sit at, just painted those as well. Just take a look at the section that I had a plastic weld. Honestly, I did have to redo it another time just because I did hit it against one of the equipment here in the garage, and then it broke the corner once again. And so I did try to put a little bit more plastic on there so it has a better bond onto there, and it is noticeable if you take a look at it. But honestly, it's going to be right by the hood hinge, and I'm going to try to put those rubber covers back on, so I don't think many people will even notice, if any. Just to let you guys know that it's kind of a weak little piece just because it's way out here on the edge and, you know, not much of plastic there.